My name is Sandra. I'm super excited to have you guys on today's video. Thank you for joining me. It's another Bible storytelling video, and I know you guys love one of those. So grab your popcorn, whatever you like snacking on, sit down and enjoy this one. A very long time ago, there was this young man. I would say he was a teenager. His brothers didn't really like him because he was also a father's boy. His dad loved him so much. One day, this boy had a dream. He told his dream to his brothers. Do you know what that dream was? He dreamed that they were in the field and his brothers' sheaves bowed down to his own sheaf as his own sheaf stood up in the middle. His brother said to him,
"What do you mean by this dream you just had? Are you saying we're going to bow down to you?"
That made his brothers hate him even more. He had another dream, a similar one, but this time he saw the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars bowing down to him. He told his father this time around. His father said to him,
"What dream have you had again? Are you saying myself, your mother, and your 11 brothers will bow down to you?"
His father wasn't angry about the dream. He kept it to himself and watched to see how events would turn out. Well, things happened. They were living their normal lives until one day his father sent him to the field to take food to his brothers. When he got to the field, he couldn't find them. Thankfully, there was a man he saw there, so he asked the man, "Where are my brothers?" The man directed him to where he heard them talking about where they were going to be. So this young man took the food, went to meet his brothers. When his brothers saw him from afar off, they started talking about him.
"Here comes the dreamer, this boy who is loved by our father."
They were so jealous of him because his father loved him so much. He made a beautiful coat for him, a coat of so many colors. While he was still approaching them, they conspired on how to take him and kill him. But they had a good brother, the firstborn son, whose name was Reuben. Reuben stopped them from that evil act because he said,
"What good will it be if we kill our own blood, our own brother? Why don't we leave him in the pit instead?"
He said that because he wanted to go behind their backs to bring the boy out from the pit and return him to his father. His brothers bought the idea, thankfully put him in the pit. While the boy was in the pit, one of his brothers, Judas, saw some tradesmen passing by. These tradesmen actually buy anything, including humans. He suggested to his brothers to sell their brother to these traders instead of killing him in the pit. They bought the idea again and sold their brother to those traders. I know you might be wondering, where was Reuben the whole time? He wasn't there with them, unfortunately. He had to step away. When he got back to the pit to bring Joseph out, he was shocked.
"Where did the boy go?"
He thought in his heart.
"My brothers have finally killed this young man."
He was so sad. He tore his clothes. He wept and said to them,
"What have you done?"
Now Reuben has to figure out what to tell their dad. Because he's the first son, it's his responsibility to give an account of what happened to the boy. He knew he's going to be in a very big trouble because their father, Jacob, loved the boy so much and he was old. Reuben was scared that if his father hears this news, he's going to die in the process. So he had to think of a plan. He thought about getting the boy's coat of beautiful colors. Remember the one his father made for him? They tore it into pieces. They dipped it into the blood of an animal they had killed. They took the clothes to the father. When they got to the father, they said,
"Father, can you recognize this coat?" He said, "Yes, that is definitely my son's coat."
He wept and wept because he immediately thought that an animal had killed his son and that he would never see him again. He mourned for his son for years. I don't know how long that was, but I know it was a very long time. Guys, there's more to this story, but I'm going to tell you guys about it in my subsequent videos. So make sure you stay glued on this channel so that you don't miss out on when I tell you guys what happened. There was a plot twist. Things actually turned around, so I'm sure you want to know what exactly happened. Let's talk about the action of the brothers. I have a question for you. Do you think it's bad to be jealous? If your answer is yes, well, you're not quite correct. It is normal to be jealous. Sometimes people would have something that you don't have and you feel like, oh, I wish I have it. It's normal. Even our Heavenly Father gets jealous. He says if you worship any other god, he gets jealous about it. However, what is evil about being jealous is how you act upon your jealousy. When you get jealous of someone, what do you do afterwards? Do you turn it around in a positive way or do you turn it around in a negative way? I'll give you a very good example. If I know someone who is doing amazing in their schoolwork, they pass all their exams and they get really high score, I might get a little bit jealous about the person. Of course, it's human nature. But what I could do differently is to say, how are you doing this? How are you getting all these high scores? What are you doing that I'm not doing? I would rather ask them questions so that I can improve myself and be where I would like to be. I'll tell you guys a short story about myself. I had a friend during my junior high school days. She was such a very smart girl. I wanted to be as smart as she was, or maybe somewhere close. Did I mention that in my junior high school, they give student positions based on their performances? If someone comes first in the class, you know they had the highest score. And if someone comes last in the class, you know they had the least score. But this person usually comes 4th, 5th. But I was way somewhere around the 7th position, the 10th position, even the 11th position at some point. I wanted to be at least around the 1st, 5th position. I started asking her questions. What do you do differently? How do you study? She told me all about this. Guys, I practiced everything she said. And that term, I came 4th, she came 3rd. How amazing! Imagine if I got angry about it and started to hate on her, or think about doing bad things to her, or think about doing negative things to hurt her feelings. Would I know all the things she told me about, and will I eventually come 4th in class? Of course not. I'm gonna miss out on that opportunity. So friends, it's absolutely normal to get jealous, okay? Nobody's going to say you're a bad person because you got jealous of someone. But think about how to turn that jealousy into a positive thing so that it can affect your life positively and not negatively. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you again to all my new subscribers. I keep getting new subscribers almost every single day. I really appreciate it. If you're yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button so you can be a part of this family. Like this video, share it to as many people as you know. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys.